Calling all nerds. This is More Than Dice, the podcast where we dive deep into the realms of everything nerdy. Whether you're a nerd culture connoisseur, a tabletop titan, a miniature gaming marveler, or just someone who proudly embraces their inner geek, this is the podcast for you. And now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to another episode of More Than Dice. I'm Gonzo.
I'm Mizzy.
I'm Nessie.
Today we are going to be talking about our miniatures in review, whether it's going to be miniature games, anything miniature related type thing for the 2025. And it's going to be a bunch of stuff, some things we probably haven't even talked about, but we've started looking at, so you'll just have to wait and see. So, other than that, let's go and get to the business. We want to thank Eldrick Foundry for sponsoring the channel. Make sure if you need to make your own miniature for any role-playing game you're going to do, they're the people to go to. And they offer quite a few cool, I'd say, packages, so you could get stuff the way you like it. We also want to thank Turbo Dork for sponsoring the channel. Make sure you reach out to them for all your metallic paint needs. They have a ton of stuff coming up. They got a lot of good things. I know that they started doing little tidbits on how they do their paints and how they make their paints. So pay attention to that because that's going to be even cooler. So I know we have a few shout outs this week. Mizzy had those and was working on them. Isn't that right, Mizzy?
Yeah, totally. I'm 100% prepared, as always. Totally prepared.
I do want to give, I know there was a one shout out was Dick Van Dyke. He turned 100.
Stop.
Yeah.
He's still
Yeah.
alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. God bless him.
Yeah. He turned
There
100.
was a little video on Facebook of him in an interview and like going over his routines and like what he does and everything, and I'm just like, broski.
Yeah, he
You go
is.
hard.
I mean, the I think the first thing I ever remember him in was Mary Poppins.
Mhm.
I think that was the first thing I remember him in, from my childhood because it was just there.
Wasn't he? I think he was in Casino as well, wasn't he? God, I can't remember.
I don't know. Let's look him up real quick. I mean, you can't. I mean, he's done
So much.
so much crap
Everything.
in films. He 83 films where he's done voices. Night at Museum. Curious George, Batman New Times, The Dick Van Patten Show, Scrubs. I mean, he's done
Jesus.
so much stuff.
He's
Dick
a lot.
Tracy,
Yeah.
Matlock, Golden Girls, Airwolf. There's an old one for you.
God.
And he don't plan on stopping.
No.
No, he's like Betty White.
Yeah.
Betty White kept going until the very end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There's another one.
Yes.
That was an old one.
Chitty Bang Bang. Wow.
Yeah. The Dick Van Dyke Show was 158 episodes. Of course, Mary Poppins is what I remember him from. He was in Bye Bye Birdie. His first.
He was in WandaVision.
Yeah, the first thing he did was Joe and Mabel in 1956. He was in one episode. And then he did some Alfred Hitchcock stuff. But yeah, Bye Bye Birdie, I think, is one of probably his first ones that a lot of people would know. And then Mary Poppins, of course. That's where I,
Yeah.
fell in love with him. And, the dancing and everything else that he did in that. So that's me.
Him and his wife produced a Coldplay music video in 2024.
Nice.
I mean, come on. This man has had his hand in everything.
Yeah, he's reached 100 years old and still going. It's and he's such a good guy too. That's the thing is he's
Yeah.
such a good guy. He's not like anything. He's not like a crotchety old man. He's just a good guy type thing. So
Yeah.
I do know that we did have, but shout out to that man. Definitely did a lot of good things within, the community, within Hollywood and all that stuff. So yeah, big shout out to him. I know that the one that we did talk about was Jeffrey Garcia, which did voices for Jimmy Neutron. Jim Ward, which did voices for Doug and Fairly Odd Parents. And then Beatrice Picard, which is most everybody knows is Marge Simpson's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she just do a new movie as well?
Could have.
Ella McKay.
Yes, where she was just shoot. It was like a Hallmark movie or some movie like that.
Yeah.
So now, do they kill off her character, or didn't they already kill off Marge in The Simpsons?
I think she's still there.
Because they've done that with a lot of other actors who have passed away.
I don't think they would. I think they would find someone else. It's too much of a pivotal character.
Yeah.
Type thing. So I think they would keep her around.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the character. But is there anybody else that we should give a shout out to, Ms.?
I did not see anybody else. Those were the 3 on my radar.
Okay. Nestor, you got anything you need to shout out to?
No.
Okay.
I would like to a positive shout out to our new friends Band of Badgers for doing an excellent show yesterday. I was cackling the entire time, but I might have also caught myself shouting at the computer monitor like a crazy football person because I know Daggerheart. And I was like, they're missing things. I want to help them.
Yeah, so we did do our Band of Badgers Bloodleaf Woods episode. Got kind of gross, kind of creepy, kind of type thing. I know there's probably 1 or 2 times I could feel Mizzy going, "Damn it, that's gross, Gonzo."
That there was one in particular towards the end. You know exactly which one it is. Mm-hmm.
Was it the finger?
Like,
was it the finger one?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't me, so it's okay.
I don't like it.
Exactly.
But it was a good episode. They said that they learned a lot about Daggerheart, which was the purpose of doing this, was teaching people how to play Daggerheart and such, and learning the different aspects of the things that happen in Daggerheart. So that was the kicker. And then we're gonna do a recap episode with them. It'll probably be in the new year when we do it. I'll be joining in on their podcast and talking with them and doing stuff with them. And I may have some special guests for that and do some cool stuff. It'll be all recorded by them. I will definitely share it out and see if I can get it and put it on an audio stream and such. But that will be all for that time. Winter breaks are coming up. Next week we will be doing our complete year in review on the 21st. It'll be everything that we're going to go over, podcast stuff wise, miniature gaming, everything they're going to do, and so on and so forth, and what we're looking forward to. We're going to take the 28th off because that is right after the Christmas break. Just kind of continue on, and then we'll start back up on the 4th, where we will do our New Year's resolutions episode. We'll talk about things we want to do, because come Monday, my clouded elves come in, and I'll have those, or no, not my clouded, my teleporting bitches. I've already figured out a new list with all the new stuff. If you're not watching, I just got like triple flip off from people on that. And then, of course, next month, the Clouded will come in. I know there's probably about 2 more models to come out. So if they don't bring them all out in February, my list will be kind of locked in. It'll depend on what drops in February. Depends on if I'll change my list up. But I'm pretty close to everything that's going to be on that list type thing. And then we'll get ready for...
Take your teleporting bitches out.
Well, fuck no.
We don't need them. You don't need them.
You don't need them.
No, because he has other teleporting bitches. I think the Clouded come in also as ambush, and
they're scouts. Scouts.
I would take scout. I would take over that teleporting bullshit.
Unless
Also,
he doesn't go first. Yeah.
Talking about miniatures. The Adepticon cart goes live tomorrow.
Well, the preview goes.
Preview, yeah. You're not buying things yet, but the preview goes live tomorrow. We can start looking at what events that are going to be there and what's going to happen. I know we'll probably talk about that on the next episode because we're going to say what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be playing. Probably a ton of games, but we will get into all that because I cannot wait to see that cart. I want to see what all the events that are going to be happening. And we're also going to look at all the other different miniature games and such because we want to get an idea of how they're doing too. So
yeah, all my classes got approved. So
well, you're making big bank.
Just to go back to Corvus Belli and other miniature companies for 2026.
But that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a vicious cycle. It's like I buy the Gundam kits for the classes, then that money comes back to me and I buy either more Gundam kits for the classes for Gen Con and or models for myself to play with. So, and role-playing games.
So we got that, but there will be another one shot coming up sometime January, February. This Saturday, Bell of the Lost is back with our episode.
It is? Oh snap, I should get prepared.
Yeah. Where we'll find out.
And you know things. You're already prepared. It's fine.
We're gonna have the team is back, and we'll be finding out what this giant dinosaur is and everything going on. I can't wait to bring out Tomlin again.
Doors, plural.
Okay. But can't wait to do that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to be out to the team and do some more shenanigan shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see. On a local, my in-person game is officially coming to a close in about 4 or 5 sessions, and campaign 2 will be starting up, and we've officially adopted to using Draw Steel as our next game system for that campaign. And so we'll be using that as that already because people have already started asking for their miniatures, and people have already kind of pre-built their characters of what they want to play. Mizzy and Erica. And so we're going to be working on that. I did talk to a couple other people. There's been a couple of other podcasters and RPG people have already asked about Draw Steel. I want to talk about that. We may do an episode on it because of some of the things, because they just did a new Kickstarter for a large adventure, an epic adventure book, more races, a new class, and some other books, some small module. Oh, encounters. What is that? I can't remember if it was a Kickstarter or if it was whatever, but it's already it's like I think they wanted 1.5 million to do it because it was supposed to help produce stuff and make things throughout the year, and it's already broke that. I can find that wrong. I did back it, but only backed it at a certain thing.
Oh wow, it demolished. Is that the? Oh, this is probably the old one.
Oh yeah,
I'm
the
looking
old,
at.
the old one was crazy. I can't remember what the new one is, or maybe it's on Backer
Yeah,
Kit. I can't remember.
it's backer kit. Well, the old one was. Um, it did $4.6 million.
Yeah, the draw steel went crazy. Crack the Sun. They needed 1.2 million. They're at 1.7 million right now. And Crack the Sun is their giant module and new races and a new class and such.
Oh,
But
nice.
so that's going to kick off, which is really good. And we'll see how that goes. I did partially kickstarted. I don't care for the module or the encounters. I wanted the new races and the GM screen, director screen.
I like that. That's nice.
And
like
then I did talk with someone very close to the podcast, and we're going to be getting together after the break to do some draw steel stuff online. So we'll see that.
Between
Sorry.
sun and shadow.
Other than that, does anybody else have any other things that they have coming up besides our games?
No, I'm just getting ready for the holidays and realizing that I need to buy Christmas gifts. Crap.
I already got my Christmas gifts ordered, and they are to be delivered tomorrow.
I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Let's get to the real business of the show. Nestor, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I was drinking a Coke Zero leftover from dinner, but now I'm just drinking water like a good boy.
Ms.
I strawberry flavored water.
Strawberry flavored water.
Strawberry is delicious.
Nice.
I'm doing just the water too. As you know, just trying to keep healthy and everything. And taking care of myself. As usual, folks, if you see something, say something. If you hear something, say something. If you can do something, do something. If you can't, find somebody that will, because we've got to look after each other. There's been a couple of bad things happening in the news the last 2 days about some shootings. Fucking A. So make sure you look after each other out there. Cheers.
Cheers. Strawberry water, good.
All right, so we're gonna be talking about miniatures in review. We're gonna talk about games we've played, miniatures that we played throughout the year, and give it's not really gonna be as this is something we're never gonna play again, or this is just something in passing, and it's not like a negative type thing that we're gonna go with. We're gonna be like, yeah, I could maybe see playing this every once in a while, or yeah, this is a pass for me, or whatever. And it's not gonna be a podcast review. It's gonna be individual type review. Each person here has their own opinion about a game, and what they like, what they don't like, and what they want to see. And we're gonna start off with some of our unknowns. And one of the things this last year, and it kind of pushed into the year before and this year, is Mizzy and I did play a little bit of Relic Blade. Relic Blade is a very small miniature game, like 4 or 5 models, very simple rule system. Miniatures are, metal casted, so on and so forth. And, it's not a bad game. It's very, very simple. I could see doing like a campaign story thing with this, doing whatever. You're not going to be spending a shit ton of money on this game. Very, 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 very cheap style game. It's kind of, the models are kind of, I wouldn't say cartoony, but that's the best way to put them. They're not bad sculpts or anything, but it is kind of cartoony on the way that they
have
look.
a personality.
Yeah, there's a distinct style to them, because all the artwork and everything is done pretty much by one guy, and it's done everything. It's a fun little game. I would consider this game, if you were to play this game, you could definitely get young kids into it with how easy and user friendly is the best way to put it. Is this a game that we're gonna put above everything else? For me personally, no. But I don't mind spending the money on this guy's project because one, it's a small company, and two, it makes good product. Mizzy, what did
And
you think about
I have adorable fish people that will gnaw your face off, and I love it. But yeah, like Gonzo said, super easy. Could definitely get pretty much anybody into it, I feel like, because of how simple the rules are. Um, I feel like it's a good palate cleanser for if you get burnout on a game. Like if you're playing too much Work or too much War Machine, or whatever, you just need to take a step back and be like,
Hmm.
okay, and then bring out your fish people and your spooky skeletons, and it'll be fun. Or in Gonzo's case, it's druids and bears, right?
Yeah, druids and bears,
So yeah,
gnomes riding foxes. But it was like I said. I think it's a good palate cleanser. Not something I'm going to spend a crap ton of time on. I mean, pretty much my army is completely painted and ready to go at any time, and it's simple and easy, and it's just good fun.
mine
Um,
live on that shelf right there.
type thing. But it was a very small game, very small table. Highly worth it. I think it was really, really. I think it's something that if you want to get into a game and not have to spend a crap ton of money, and you just want a good solid game, that's it.
It's played on a 3x3, right?
2x2.
2x2. Yeah, so super easy, super
Yeah.
small. I can play that on my coffee table. Let's go.
Yep. Nestor, what's one of your small games?
Steel Rift.
See, and you had mentioned about that before. Go ahead and tell everybody what Steel Rift is and what we're talking about.
Steel Rift is by Deathray Designs, created by God, the gentleman from Gorilla Miniatures, Ash Barker.
Yep.
Who has written a bunch of different miniatures and role-playing game books. But he developed Steel Rift as kind of like an answer to those who like playing BattleTech, but too much Wing Chun, too much rules bloat. So Steel Rift, I think the most you can have is maybe like for a 200-point game, maybe 10 models, but they're all light, heavy, what they call it, heavies, light jacks or light tech mechs. But you can build them to your liking with the weapons. You can't really overdo it as well. So the you can even use BattleTechs because it's miniature agnostic. So if you have a BattleTech mech that looks or just has the look of a light, medium, or heavy mech, you can just use that as well. It's played on a 3x3 as well. But the demos I do are on 2x2. So it's quick. You don't roll to hit. You just roll to see if you survive the damage. And it's just really fast. It's once you play a demo of the game if you start by 10 o'clock, by 11 o'clock, you've already picked up most of the rules. And they are now working on, instead of the thin rule books that they've done in the past years, they're just going to do one big PDF of the rule book, kind of like Steel Rift 2.0, I guess.
Yep.
Just because all the rules would just be condensed, and a hardcover book. Everyone's like, "Oh, can you condense the rule book?" And they were like, we'll get to it. We're doing other factions. And a lot of the new factions are all quick build models. They're all 3D printed from Deathray Designs. You can actually print out the starter set from My Mini Factory.
Yeah, because they do have STLs out there for some of the
Yep, they do have STLs. There's a set of guys that look like Zaku's from Gundam. And I think there's like 5 or 6 factions, so it's been a lot of fun. I only get to play it with Josh, and that is, like you said, a palate cleanser. It's one of those that we're not doing anything special. Let's get together, let's talk some trash, let's fabricate other ideas for other games, but let's play Steel Rift and kill each other's mechs in about 30 minutes and reset and do it again.
Yeah.
Good, quick, and easy. Not going to be a lot of money. Not going to be a huge investment, and pretty fun. Miz, do you have anything? You have a small independent one? You do.
Not that I can. I know I do, but whether or not I can think of it is an entirely different matter.
Well, you do have an anime one.
Oh, Relic Knights.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Relic Blade, like I sometimes do.
Yeah, Relic Knights.
That damn Relic.
Yeah, it got re-kicked off. I think it's a re-kick off of the game by a new company and such. And so I'll let you go with that. Maybe go ahead.
Yeah, so it's anime girls and stompy mech boys. It's really fun, really easy to pick up. I like that it has a card system, so I don't get completely screwed over by the dice gods who are angry at me for no reason at all. So that's good. I like that you can deploy anywhere. So it just kind of depends on what you're going for. In terms of objectives, it's really easy to pick up and no dice.
Yeah, that was something whenever back when John was talking about it and everything, that it was a card-based system and such. And I've watched some of the games, but they were all old. They weren't any of the new stuff, none of the new edition. And so when we did a demo game of it and we came home and we played a game of it, it flowed really well. Erica was playing it also, and she was picking it up very easy. The ability to pick up the game was quite quick. It wasn't because there's no range. Technically, all weapons can shoot over the entire board, so you don't have to measure range of weapons. You have to measure range of movements and things of that nature. But the card system actually worked out pretty decent. I was pretty surprised how well and easy that came through. We do have a few armies for it. I do want to play it a little bit more because it seems like a lot of fun, and it's not super expensive either. You could get, I think, maybe $200, and you could have an entire faction and have plenty enough stuff to play around with.
I think my only hiccup was I would have no one to play with.
That's going to be all of the things about a lot of these miniature games that we're talking about that are smaller ones. It's going to be hard to play unless you get someone else to pick up the game with you. The reason why I always say, if it's a cheap game, and you can convince your friend to get into a cheap army, it's a lot better. And we were able to buy two factions at a decent price. And we have 3 armies, but I thought it was a fun game. I was pleasantly surprised by it. And we had a good time. I think their models, the material they use their models out of, needs a little bit more tweaking. There's some of the things they seemed kind of flimsy, but for the most part, they worked well. They had good detail. They are very anime-ish. They are very, all that type of thing that you would think of. But they're good sculpts. They're fun. It's a decent game. Also,
I have a little moo cow. Focus. It ain't focusing. Anyway.
There you go.
There we go.
It's
a little cow.
I have candy and cola in the back. I got a Adepticon this year, so
and it's played on a small board too. This is something that you're going to see a theme in this, that a lot of games that are coming out and a lot of games that we're playing are played on a small board, either a 2x3, 3x3, or 4x4. And they're actually going to be coming down to 3x3 and 2x2s now, and less 4x4s.
I think Bushido is a 2x2.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to do a 2-player playthrough of, and never got to do a demo of at Adepticon because I wanted to try that out. They did have a 2-player starter set, but I didn't like the models in it. It just wasn't my thing. And so I'm waiting to see if they get another 2-player starter set. Because, I think it was like $100 for a 2-player starter set, which is very reasonable in my opinion for a 2-player starter. Because you get all the models and you
Mm-hmm.
usually get the terrain and all the dice and everything. So usually it's pretty decent type thing. But
I
going back to
think
Relic Knight, excuse. I'm actually kind of want to play some more Relic Knight. I was pleasantly happy with the game. I liked the way it was played. I liked everything about it. I liked the way that it felt. It you weren't blasted off the table right off the bat. So you were playing a game longer than 2 turns. Which was something that I think is becoming very prevalent to a lot of people is I bought these models. I want to play a game. I don't want to be
mm-hmm.
blown off the table 2A, 2B, or whatever type thing. Mizzy, what are your final thoughts on that?
Yeah, the same thing. Honestly, just I really like the small compactness of it. It's really easy to digest, and I get to play a game. It's time well spent.
Yeah.
I'm looking over some of the factions, and hopefully I can do a demo of it at Adepticon this year.
Oh yeah,
Next year.
you should. I'm sure they'll be there again.
Yeah.
One of the things that Nestor is getting into or has looked at stuff, and I know Mizzy has 2 of the armies. And is actually this game has been really, really pimped out a lot, and a lot of people are picking it up because it is model agnostic, even though we have the models of the actual game from the company, is Trench Crusade. If you haven't heard about Trench Crusade, you're living under a rock.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, where you been hiding?
Where you at, homie?
And this is another one. This is played on a 4x4. You do have a decent amount of terrain on it because the simple fact that line of sight and everything is very important in the game, and having a trench-based system is very important in the game. But it is definitely a game that you should be looking into. Very simple 2D6 system. Very, and I guess you want to call it's an adult style game with some of the models and some of the themes of the game, but it is solid. This is a game that if they keep cultivating it and doing stuff and keep pushing it and start doing events, narrative, tournaments, whatever you want to call, it's going to do really, really well. There are a lot of people that are actually starting to cosplay stuff going in. They have a good solid team behind it. Some old GW people that are jumping in. So there's a lot of good people in on that.
I think Galactic Armory ended up getting some of the STL files for the cosplay.
Oh,
nice.
So, which if you don't know who they are, where have you been as well? Because they do a lot of the Mandalorian, well, Star Wars cosplay armor. So, but I'm looking over the Prussian Stastruppen warband. That's one of the plastic ones for.
They're doing more hip stuff too.
Yep.
They've got more hips plastic kits coming out, which is another good step in the right direction. For people that want to do, like I said, it is miniature agnostic, so you can do whatever. And there's a lot of third parties that are Trench Crusade adjacent style, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's Mizzy and I've played a game and messed around with it and built stuff and tested things. Mizzy, what did you think about the gameplay?
I really liked it. I like that the terrain mattered, your choices mattered. And I also like that I can yeet an alchemy bomb at you from across the board.
It has a lot of unique things for it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's got a lot of shenanigans.
Nice.
And like in one of my armies, the Sultanate, I've got a freaking bull with this giant ass gun, and it's just so fucking cool.
That was one of the armies I was looking at, was the Iron Sultanate, because assassins, Hawk Islam from Infinity, why not? But
yeah, I think that you would really like the Ghost the assassin specifically has a ghost form as well
I
as
like
his
that.
normal one. So it's cool. I actually have two versions of that model for when he goes ghost mode.
Yeah, the
'Cause
brazen bull. He's
Yep.
crazy.
yeah. There's also trench pilgrims, which are really fun. There's the one big guy. He's got like this option where you can attach one of the little mini guys to it and gives a special bonus. It's a whole lot of fun. But easy to pick up. The 2d6 system is really works well. I think the hardest part for me was doing math and remembering what I needed, but I mean that's kind of how it always is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Gonzo,
was.
which faction do you play with Gonzo?
I play the Seven Heads, the demons, and also I have what are they called? The heretics
Mm,
and such.
of course, artillery witch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you surprised, Nestor? Are you?
You're eating bombs. He's eating bombs. There's everybody eating bombs.
You get a bob. You get a bob.
Yep.
I've got my Here she is. She's unpainted, but she is printed, ready to go.
Do you still have your big
Nice.
one?
Do what?
Did you print your big one?
I still have the big one. I haven't turned her into a terrain piece. I've got a 12-inch version of her, so just so I can put it as a terrain piece for the board. But yeah, she's still
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking at like there's a few that I was like New Antioch, the Iron Sultanate.
there. New Antioch is really good too. So far everything's been really good. I haven't looked at any of the offshoot factions that have come out because I haven't had a chance. But this is a game also. It's 3D printable. It's miniature agnostic, so you can use whatever. So the entry to get into it is very cheap, comparative. Making a terrain's worth of table is not hard. I did it with popsicle sticks and pink foam, and it took a couple of days to get it out, but it definitely is possible to make a good, decent table without having to go crazy.
Yes,
Nice.
Gonzo. We did a very good job on that terrain.
Nestor, do you have any other small ones? Because we have one more small one before we get into our big boys.
Trying to think. I don't think so.
Yeah, you do. Because you picked it up, or I think you picked it up, or we're going to pick it up.
Which one?
Malediction.
Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to. So much. Gen Con was so crazy.
So we did pick up Malediction, and I know Nestor was trying to.
Oh God. I think what's been my issue is that work has been so, my personal life has been so hectic that I haven't had time to actually sit down and actually enjoy painting and building models. And Malediction, I want to print them, right? That was that's what I love about it. It's like, hey, you can buy the box, and it's got the rules for them, and it's got the cardboard cutouts that you can use, but then you can get the STLs for them and print them, and that alone was attractive to me. So it will probably be Adepticon, because I will plan to bring an extra bag so I can pay for it if I need to, or stick it in Michelle's bag.
Yeah, I know that we picked it up, and we own 3 of the 4 factions. And Malediction is a game that is very much a Magic miniature game mashed together, with pre-built terrain, because you have terrain that's they give you the STL so you can build your terrain pieces and put them out. This is also one that's played on a small table size type thing, and very few models, maybe 10 if you're lucky.
Yeah,
I
it
would
depends
say
on.
the biggest issue is also a great feature, and that's the terrain.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because that's some pretty terrain.
yeah, and
But
they give you
also,
the STLs. Yeah, this is my one concern about Malediction. at conventions is lugging your terrain around, because you're going to have to bring your own terrain. They're not going to have it. They're not going to have terrain for you, because the terrain you use is based on your faction and what you want to do. And I think that's going to be the kicker. It's going to be something I think is going to be, if you play it at Adepticon and you're flying, you won't be able to bring your terrain. Your terrain's too big.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a minimum of big piece.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason why they probably give you the cardboard stand-ins.
Yeah. You're going to...
It sucks, but you're just going to have to bring it if you're traveling.
Correct. Yeah. If you're flying, you're going to bring your cardboard. If you're not flying, you might be able to bring your 3D printed versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be all up to you. But it is a fun game. We had a blast with it. It didn't, it wasn't going to take long. Wasn't, crazy, type stuff. But there was that. A couple of honorable mentions. I did pick up the 2-player starter of Blackout. And it's played on a 2x2, and it's a military sci-fi realistic game. And it's only supposed to take about 30 minutes. We didn't get a chance to bring that out and play it yet. But we're going to definitely try that out this next year. Another honorable mention, because I know that we're going to probably play it a little bit more and such, is probably play a little bit more Shatterpoint. Just because Shatterpoint is just a super fun, solid game. I'm kind of curious what Asmodee, or you'd say not Asmodee, but Atomic Mass Games is going to do with the IP, and see what they're going to change up or do whatever, because you really haven't heard anything about it besides, hey, here's some new models coming out.
Yeah, I don't know what the last models that they released for it were.
I mean, it was a fun game. Missy and I've played a couple of games of it, and I know there's some people complain that nobody ever dies. Well, they're superheroes. They're heroes. To take them out, it's supposed to take a hard time to do it.
It happens.
Yeah,
it happens. I've not lost, but I've had characters not come, get taken out twice.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yep.
It's just look, Darth Vader's a badass mofo. When he's on the table,
Vader gonna fuck you up.
Vader's gonna mess you up. It's like, which Vader do you want? The badass Vader or the more badass Vader? Either way, you're getting Vader.
Yeah.
Then you throw in some of the Jedi hunters with him. Oh yes.
That's fine. I'm playing it all Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I got to switch it up if we play, because just cause I think I'll just do. I think I did Obi-Wan. I did the classic Obi-Wan and Anakin, so that was fun.
The Clone War stuff.
The Clone Wars, yeah.
Something I will recommend this to you, Nestor. Fuck around with Anakin going against Vader.
Oh, it's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. No, I've seen it. I think I have the Mandalorians as well, because I bought the starter pack. So I have the Mandos, and I have This Is the Way.
Yep.
So I have a Mando army if I wanted to.
Mandos are really fun.
Yeah, they're a blast. And I think I ended up getting We Don't Need Their Scum, which they're not, because it's got Boba Fett. But the only reason why is because they're not a unit. They're just add-ons to other units. So I was like, wait, I can have Boba Fett and Jango Fett and God knows who else? Yes, let's go.
Yeah, because we got the starter set, and then I got the Sith, because I wanted to play Vader and all the Sith and the Jedi Hunters. Mizzy, you've got, of course, the starter set, and then you've got the...
I don't know. I have...
Oh, I basically went...
You have a...
I went Empire, because
the Rebels.
I got them right here. Hold on. Yeah, I've got Rebels. So I've got Plo Koon, Mace Windu, Ahsoka, and then I've got Mandos. Got another one. I can't remember their leader's name though. I got the one with the cute droid. Chopper. I've got
Oh,
I've got the one with Chopper.
Phoenix Squadron.
Yeah,
So
with all of
you
them.
got Ren, you got
Yeah.
and then General Hera.
Hera, yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So I have General Veers and the Snowtroopers. I have Grand Admiral Thrawn. I have Director Carrick. Basically, I have Empire. Like I was like, I don't want to be the good guys. I want to kill things. Like,
Hey, the good guys kill things too.
yeah, I have Inferno Squadron from Aaron Verso, and I have the bad clone troopers. The bad oh god, the Bad Batch. So there was the good Bad Batch.
Yep.
And then I have the Empire version with Deadeye. So I have good soldiers follow orders. I love saying that line. I do want to get. I played against Ewoks and they whooped my ass, little furry bastards.
Dude, Ewoks are so fucking cool.
They're so bad, like they're like in a good way. Like
Yeah.
I had stormtroopers. I had Vader, stormtroopers, and then I had the Grand Inquisitor and the I think the eighth brother and seventh sister. And I was just wrecking house. And then Wicket came out of nowhere and stabbed me with his spear. I was like, yo, how you so short and tiny? Come here.
Tiny but mighty. Let's go.
Yo, he was tiny, and then there's the TV version of the series version of Obi-Wan, where he's completely broken because if he's within like certain number of strides from another character, you can direct fire to him instead of the main character. So if you have, say, Anakin who's about to whip ass, then I'm gonna shoot Anakin. No, you're gonna hit Obi-Wan now. Like, what? Like anytime, like you just hit Obi-Wan instead of Anakin. It's like a redirect. I was like, that's not nice. I want to play that.
Yeah, and I think that's what people forget about this game is this is not a game of beating your opponent down and doing whatever. It is a game of objectives, but your characters and the people that you play in this are superheroes. They're super solos, and it is a very cinematic game. So when you're attacking and you're doing stuff, you're flipping around. If you're playing Ahsoka or whatever, you're going to be hopping around the battlefield like crazy doing things, and that's good. But it also comes to the fact that this is also a game that not only is it played on a small tabletop, decent terrain, very cinematic gameplay, and it's not going to be over in 2 turns.
No. I mean, you're doing multiple turns of one round, and then you switch to a second round, and then I don't know. Do you switch to the third round unless you win both first 2 rounds? Correct?
It's best 2 out of 3.
Best 2 out of 3. Yeah. So I've always done 3 rounds because just because you win the first one, you're not always guaranteed to win the second one.
No, yeah.
I think it's done on purpose.
Right. Yeah. And every time that we've played, we've had a blast doing it because it's been fun and it's been very cinematic. And we're like, here comes Vader, and then Missy's like, fucking Vader.
Fuck Vader, man.
Yeah.
But it's been a blast every time we played it. I think that's one of the games that we're going to be visiting a bit more. I really want to see what Atomic Mass Games does to, I don't want to say put some livelihood into it, but definitely do something to bring the game back out a bit and maybe, and freshen it up a bit.
Yeah, I would like to see that personally.
Let's go and get with our, I don't have much for media section, so we're going to get to our big ones now. Infinity. I want to play some Infinity this next year. I need to buy terrain for it. and I want to get my military orders out. And we've got a local group that actually plays Infinity. They're a small local group, but I definitely want to bring it out and get to play it a bit more. But as always, time. But Corvus Belli is kicking it out of the park again with Infinity. It's, they're bringing out tons of new models, tons of cool things. Nestor's got, pictures and such, and has got the models for all the stuff that came out. This stuff, they're still doing great with Infinity. Rules wise, people are still playing the game. People are still excited about it. I don't know if it's lost any support or anything. Nestor, you're more in tune with the Infinity crowd than I am.
It had a high resurgence, high gameplay in second and third edition. But like anything else, once they start changing editions, people start falling off because it stopped being as broken, right? So as they fix rules, people get upset. It just happens. Whether it's true or not that they fell off because it was broken, can't tell you. I've always felt that the rule set for Infinity is tight. It takes forever to master. Personally, right? It takes a while, but I feel that it's still going strong. One of the biggest events this past summer, besides Nova Open, was in Colorado, and I think they had 150 players. The Krug, and I've always wanted to go with that, but it was a week before Nova Open, and a couple of other things was happening a week before Nova Open, so I was like, nah, I can't do that. It's still going strong. Infinity is still going strong, and I think it's in its first year has already passed for its new 5th edition, and people still like it, and hopefully they'll have a larger player base at Adepticon this year. It's always had a good amount of players at Adepticon and Gen Con, but Gen Con less so than it used to, because Gen Con, I don't know, they always have good people running the events, running the booths. So I think people would rather play at a less crowded convention.
Well, I also think that Gen Con also is kind of moving away from the miniature scene, and is more becoming a pop culture / role. It's still the role playing roots, but definitely pushing it as a more.
It's giving San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Infinity has always had a really good community, and more so this past year, I've seen that community, the connection between the company and the company's communication with the players and showing what the players are getting in the next few years has definitely gone up.
Other one that definitely we want to try to do. What's another one of our other big games? I mean, War Machine. Steamforged Games is doing a pretty decent job of bringing the game back to people. They're putting more models out 3D printed. The limited factions are coming out in 3D printed form, which everybody's doing. But one of the big issues that I'm seeing with it is we're still getting delivery of models is taking a long time. I know that I have personally ordered a model that was in supply, didn't have to order it to be printed, wasn't something brand new, and it took about a month to get to me. And I know that's I wouldn't say it's common, but it's common enough that people have started complaining about it. Looking on things that delivery of product is still seeming to be an issue. The breakage of models is still seeming to be a problem, which kind of sucks. I think that if they finally switch over everything into HIPS plastic, which I think that's probably going to happen eventually, that'll get taken care of. But my big concern past all of that is the state of the game. They said that they were going to be toning down lethality of the game. Great. let me play a game. But I have a feeling that we're going to be going back to the old Mark II, early Mark III gameplay style, and it's going to be nothing but competitive play. They did announce that they are having a casual format that they've got coming out for like casual play for 50, 75, and 100. But if they don't support it or push it out and do stuff with it, it's not going to matter to the players. Because I don't care what any type of format you bring out. If you don't support it as a company, you just like put it out there and say, hey, here it is, blah, blah, blah. The players aren't going to play it.
Right.
Prime example. What was the one thing that came out that was the Iron Company of Iron, which was the skirmish version of War Machine, where you only had like a unit and like maybe a solo or two, and you played it on a small table, and everybody thought it was great, but they brought it out and then that was it. Nothing else happened. And it died quickly because there was no support from the company. This is back in Privateer Press had it. Company of Iron was actually pretty decently popular because it was it was like a Warcry type thing. It was very small, skirmish style, in the sense that, you had a unit and a couple of solos type thing, and you played it. But if they don't support that casual play format and make it as important as the tournament scene, I see problems, and it sucks. Nestor, is anything you want to add to that?
Support your casual players. We make you money. We will buy your cool shit.
Yeah. I mean, as a casual player, I bought oh my god. Mizzy, what's the Signar faction that we play?
Gravediggers?
Gravediggers at Adepticon. Had no interest in it. I bought the faction because the models look cool. Played a bunch of games with Josh, with Kane, obviously, and had a blast. And I would love to play more War Machine. But I think for 2026, it's going to be Warcrow at Adepticon, and probably could fit a Warcrow at Gen Con, if possible. I think those are the only two conventions I'm planning on going to in 2026. But I mean, Warcrow, maybe Infinity on the side, but I have Gravediggers. They look cool. I barely had to build any of them. Like,
yeah, and I think that's what it comes down to is they really need to support their casual players. And because I know more casual players of War Machine than I do competitive players. The competitive players, everybody knows them. Everybody sees them, but nobody has the time to do all that competitive, to fly around and go to all the, the WTCs or the IGs or whatever. And I think that if you really want people to play the game more, you need to support the casual everyday player.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah.
Also, all of us are getting old. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got the energy for it.
No, we do not.
We got bad backs and terrible knees.
Like, I am really worried about Adepticon Warcrow, because my back, I guarantee by third round I will not care. I will do my best to look over and try to move my model as best as to my ability.
Well, I mean, this goes, not only just, Warcrow or just War Machine type thing, but I mean, you got to support your casual base, because some people don't care about, picking the perfect list or doing the perfect thing. What they care about is taking the models they paid money with and playing a game. And that comes down to the gameplay of the game. I bring this up because it really kind of breaks my heart that someone that played in a narrative died in 2A and had to pick up his models and leave because he was in a narrative and he got assassinated. And I'm like, that's not narrative play.
No.
That's just a steamroller. And at 50 points, that's easy to do. And if they really, really, really need to support that narrative play and put more thought into it and not an afterthought type thing.
Narrative players are there to do cool shit. Like
Yeah.
ram your airship into Blighterghast because it's fucking cool. Or, to do like Gonzo did and Shadow Victus his way into the wall and blow it up. We're there for the shenanigans.
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
there for the
mine,
storytelling.
both games, I mean, both were Signar. Mine was Kane for one, and he's just shooting things up. And the other one was the Cavalry Warcaster for Signar. And she's just charging a bunch of trolls that were mean to her.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is slander.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good sir.
Sure.
My little piggies were just minding their own business.
Yeah. Well, let's see if your little piggies and Warcrow at Adepticon are going to be minding their business then.
No, because those are my little red caps, and my little red caps are my buddies.
and they're gonna be there for yeeting.
Yeeting and screeching their way across the board.
Nice.
But yeah, I do have concerns about the future of War Machine if they don't support casual play.
Mm-hmm.
And don't put that as a priority, because the competitive scene is going to take care of itself. I'm going to tell you right now, the competitive scene is going to take care of itself, and it's easily prevalent by WTC, Invitational, that War Machine Weekend did, and Carl did, and Warfare Weekend did. It'll take care of itself. The company needs to push for that. They need to push for that casual scene, and I really hope that whenever they do this casual packet they got coming out, I really hope it invigorates it, because it needs a second set of people to keep the game going.
Yes.
Because competitive players, once they buy an army, they're done most of the time. I know one guy, he played the same army for 15 years because there was hardly any new models. One model or two every, year, but that doesn't a company sustain type thing.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't released anything for the Gravediggers since they did that big push. Yep. Same for what's that other one? The Khador packet. Like once they do a big push, they don't come out with new models for that for who knows.
Yeah.
Right. They do a new army and they'll do a big push, and then they'll do another army and do another big push. And they might revisit another model. I think they're starting to do all the super jacks, super heavy war jacks. Like I was really wanting to buy Thunderhead for Signar, but I was like, nah, it doesn't drive me. Like he's not my jack, right? Like he's not a jack for the Gravediggers. If anything, he's a striker jack. Like no, whose Thunderhead was Nemo?
I don't remember.
But either way, I think whoever his prime caster is dead. So how is he around? Like right. Ace turned to Deuce. So
yeah, and I think the pretty much the only reason why I people, because originally everything was supposed to be brand new. They were not going to bring back any old characters. It was going to be a whole new kind of almost like a reboot, and it was just going to be there. But then, people were like, well, we want Crix, and they brought Crix back, and then we started seeing the old people coming back into stuff, Kane, and then we started seeing the name jacks and then name characters from the originals back. And it really, what it comes down to is I really hope Steamforge Games pull this off, and I really hope they push really hard for the narrative people and for the casual players, because those are the people that really buy the models more than anything else. That's your big player base. The people that don't mind playing in a competitive event, but are going to buy multiple armies because the models are fucking cool. Let's not forget that models are fucking cool. But I really hope that they take the competitive scene and go, hey guys, here's a competitive scene. Here's your competitive document. We'll take the models on our yearly, but here you go. Have fun. Here's the IG, here's WTC, whatever you want to do. But hey guys, the people that don't want to get killed in 2A and, only play a game for 20 minutes, here is your game. Here's your game that's going to last 2 hours. Here's your game that's going to be, you get a good gameplay. You're going to be playing for 2 hours solid. And I really hope that's where they kind of push, because one of the big issues, with War Machine is caster kill. It has always been there, but that's how that guy lost in a narrative game and such. So my question is, when we see the casual packet, is caster skill going to be a thing? Because if it is,
It's not
what
casual.
makes it's not casual? What makes this a casual game?
Right.
What's the packet going to make it casual?
Which is why I liked Warcaster, because even if your model died, you can down drop another model like your next turn, right?
Yeah.
It was very rare that a model would die, and all of a sudden you're out of the game. Like,
yes.
Oh, I lost a model this turn, but guess what? I could bring him back through another gate because I still have a gate over here. It's the same in Shatterpoint to a degree, because once you take out a model, you flip the card. Like,
Yep.
And you're good. And yes, he might have like 2 or 3 wounds less than the first time, but Infinity. But Infinity, if you kill the lieutenant, the game still goes.
Yes.
Right? You're lost a lieutenant for 1 round. You choose another lieutenant at the end of the game. At the end of the round, you move forward. It might limit you in what you can do, but it doesn't end the game. You just have to be prepared. But they have workarounds. Same for Warcrow. If you kill my model of high command, okay, I can't use any of their abilities, but I still am playing the game.
Yeah. That's what's going to be a kicker for me. Whether we keep playing is what the casual packet's going to be. I don't have time to do, Iron Gauntlet or competitive play anymore. And I really don't want to put in that effort anymore, because if you're going to be a competitive player and want to do really well, you got to be playing games nonstop, and everything. Some local stuff, sure, no problem, because I want to support my local store. But there is something to say about not being able to play games, especially with all the new games coming out. You're playing, if the game is supposed to last 2 hours, I want to play almost 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Warcrow, it could be roughly a 2-hour game. I want to play that. I want to play for that amount of time. The limited rounds, limited turns has got to be a thing. So we're going to kind of switch into this, a Warcrow type thought. And I think that's the reason why I'm really liking Warcrow more than anything is I get to play the game. I get to play a game on a nice sized board with a decent amount of terrain, and I get to do things constantly, and I'm not waiting either. That's the big kicker for me. I'm not waiting to play the game.
You're staying engaged with what's going on, and you're not sitting there like, okay, let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why while I love War Machine, while I love Warhammer, I still play Warhammer from time to time. But Infinity, it's always, you cannot sit there with your eyes closed. Because if not, your opponent is going to run all over the table.
Yeah, because you've got to be the reactive rolls.
You have to, yeah, your reactive rolls. Be like, hey, this guy's being sneaky bitch and going around the corner. I'm going to shoot him. No, stop that.
Pew, pew.
Or pew pew, right? Or like he's got a ninja with a tactical bow that exists. Be careful.
Yeah,
and then Warcrow, you're hitting me. I get to do some sneaky stuff right back.
Unless you got Nikhil.
Unless you're getting shot at and you can't use your switches, even though I will die on the hill that you should be able to deflect. Take that into consideration, please and thank you.
Yes. I completely.
But yeah, agree. I mean, the point is you're still, even when you're defending, you're getting to do something back or possibly do something back, depending on the situation. And with this being an alternating activation, I go unit by unit activation. This keeps the game moving. Also, thanks, Red Angelic 76 for the subscription. We appreciate it. But I think that's what makes this game good for all of us is we're actively playing all the time. Even when it's not our turn, we're actively playing because of the defensive rolls and the switches.
Mm-hmm.
We're not waiting around to do anything. There is limited amount of time and limited amount of activations. So if, you can activate the models more than once based on whatever happens. So if you really need to smash face, you've got to go and smash face. And I think that's what really puts this ahead for us is models are really cool to begin with. Smaller table, terrain, and active play. I think that's the key word that I think we're going to put in here is active play. Mm-hmm. We're not just sitting around. We're actively playing the game.
Yeah, and that's... Go from Izzy, sorry.
I was just going to say that, with the alternate activations and you're only activating one unit at a time, I don't experience the overwhelm of having to decide what I'm doing. I'm focused on this one model or this one unit. Mm-hmm. And I can only do something with that. So what is the maximum thing that I can do with this to, stop the shenanigans and the teleporting bullshit?
I am guilty of one teleporting elf. One. And he's a badass. Falkion is a badass.
You are allowed your one. You are allowed your one.
Everyone should have one teleporting shenanigans, not 17.
Gonzo.
I only can teleport 3 units.
They're really strong 3 units. I just want you to know that. And
you're only deploying 2 to 3 units.
Yeah. You're the Ariana of Warcrow. Like, here's my courtesy list. It's all blank. Like, all your models are camouflaged. So, like, you can't do jack.
Yeah.
I've played against that list, and it's not hard. I've played against it. I've conquered it. I just need to play against you and Scott, get my ass kicked another 20 times, and I might get lucky once, and then I'll retire. I'm retiring from Warcrow.
Yeah, and like a lot of this comes down to, with a lot of the games that we've been seeing, a lot of games we've been playing, alternate activations, small table, and active play. We are actively playing the game even when it's not our turn.
Yep.
I think that's what's really good. If someone to bring out a new miniature game and it's just a copy of like 40K or War Machine, I don't know if it would survive.
No, I mean, I wish I could play Malifaux again. Like, because Malifaux was one of those games that was not dice driven, was deck of cards, 54 cards. That's it. It had special suits to the game. But if you didn't have that deck, you could have played it anyway. Malifaux, fun game. But it had a casual level, while it had a um competitive side. It did have a henchman brawl where you could just play as like the secondary characters, um, and just have fun. And that was a big thing at Gen Con a few years ago, and even Adepticon, where you're just having fun with some of my best games that I've played in the past, non-competitively, were Malifaux, because you could just throw shenanigans out the same things with switches and such, that if you had 2 hearts on in the flip, you can do the XYZ, and that's fun. And that's what it's all about. It's having fun with the games you bought and the models you play and paint with.
Well, yeah, what's funny is a lot of my local gaming group and such, my board gaming group that I can hang out with on Saturdays, they were wanting to get into miniature gaming, and we were talking about it, and I was running through things, and the guys were really wanting to get into Trench Crusade because smaller table, smaller model,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. They could 3D print their models, et cetera, et cetera. And they were asking about other games, and of course, I was bringing up my list of ones that we play. And we came to War Machine, and and I brought up the rule that if your forecaster dies, the game's over. And they were like, "What do you mean?" And I says, "Well, if that one model dies, it's over. The game's done. You've
Mm-hmm.
lost." And they were like, "How quickly can that happen?" And I says, "I've seen it happen in 2A.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen on 1B for someone that didn't know how to play the game because they just ran up like crazy, and they're like, "Well, what's the point of playing the game then?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is something that you have to think about whenever you're playing games. That's why anytime there's a game, anybody says there's a miniature game coming out, I go find how to play, or what to do, or some battle reports on there and see what it's like. Um, if the game is supposed to be like an hour and a half to 2 hours game, and the things that I'm seeing are over in like 30 minutes, I don't know if I want to put my time and effort into that. Because there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of miniature games that are coming out. The one of the things that we did pick up, this is gonna be an honorable mention, is I did pick up the 2-player starter set for Eldfall Chronicles. And it is very much a fantasy version of Infinity. Because it has reaction rolls and all this other stuff. The same thing. Very much a fantasy version of Infinity.
And I
Uh,
only have to worry about 4 models.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's a low model count too. Is it a very popular game? Stateside, no. But that's kind of how it is. You got Marvel Crisis Protocol, same thing. It actually, it's actually, I've seen a downturn in players. Competitively, it was really good for a year or two, and then like all of our local stores have like started selling all their stuff 50% because nobody's playing it anymore. And it really sucks because it's a decent game,
Yeah.
but I think it got pushed into the competitive scene. And I know around here, the competitive players pushed everybody out. I'd love to play a pure X-Men list with all the X-Men players I like to play with. Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Colossus, that type of thing. Just, a thing like that. But, really comes down to, I want to spend the money.
Yeah. I have all the releases before the X-Men started coming out. And I played Guardians of the Galaxy if I wanted to play Guardians, or original Avengers, or Shadow Syndicate. Because I'm from New York, I have to represent Daredevil, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, uh, Ms. Marvel, the one from Jersey. Uh, so it was a lot of fun, but one setup took forever. I've always said it. People are like, "Oh, you just have to play it more." I was like, "No, setup takes about 30 to 40 minutes if you are not playing a simple game." It's like, "Oh, what missions are we doing? We're doing this. Okay, we have to set up the tokens for that. Okay, what's the other mission? Okay, we're doing this. Well, you have to set up the tokens for that." And that's each person. So each person gets like 2 secret missions, or 2 missions, and then you're doing whatever the board mission is. So I think it's each person does a secret mission, then there's a board mission. So you have to set up each token for that. It's tough. It's one of those where even Warhammer has gotten really fast in doing scenario setup compared to Marvel Crisis Protocol. And I like the game. I like the look, the aesthetics, obviously, as a comic book fan. But I compare the setup for Marvel Crisis Protocol compared to the setup for Shatterpoint, and Shatterpoint is 50% faster in setting up the first, second, and third mission. So I love the models for Marvel Crisis Protocol. Still to this day, I am tempted to buy them. I think, I have Storm right here. Storm and Cyclops. And primed and ready to go if I ever decide I want to paint Aurora.
Nice.
So I love the models. I just wish the game was faster, and I might not seem like an introvert, but I am. I have a problem of going to stores and just randomly going to meet up with people to play games.
Yeah. I can see that.
I don't like, and with Josh and his growing family, I don't have a forever opponent. So it's like I now need to search for 2026 a new forever opponent. I need to find a new Josh. I love you, Josh, but I need a new opponent that I can go to his house or their house, and they can come to mine, and I can play X amount of games and not have to talk to people outside of my house.
The other one game that we need to talk about, that all of us have something with, is BattleTech.
Oh yeah.
Stompy Robots.
Stompy Robots. This is another one that is a very quick and easy game to play too. And I've noticed that, we played the Alpha Strike version, and I taught Mizzy Alpha Strike, and we were good to go. And I think you played 2 games, and you went to a tournament and still had a blast.
One, Gonzo. I played one.
One game.
Threw myself to the wolves. Thank you.
Literally, she threw herself at Timberwolves.
Hey, they were friendly wolves, okay? I found my people there. That was a great experience.
Yeah, and also it comes down to a lot of the community helps out on this a lot, which we kind of need to push that a bit. That we need a good community, but there's another. I mean, I have so many BattleTech models right now that I could field hundreds of people to play. Type thing.
I have boxes galore from the Mercenary Kickstarter that just came in.
Yep.
I did not do Gothic. I was tempted to pick up the box. Someone picked up the box before me at Warfare Weekend, so I just picked up more Clan War mechs. That's perfectly fine. Clan Wolf.
That might have been me, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was you.
Mizzy did pick up the Gothic before you did.
Yeah.
At Warfare Weekend.
It's okay because I have my Clan Wolf dice.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like I says, this is another quick and easy game. Played on a small table. You can play it on a coffee. If you do the Alpha Strike version, you've got you can easily play it. Small amount of terrain, quick and easy dice system. Same thing. Solid game.
Zombie robots that I can shoot Gonzo off the board.
Yeah. So our next episode is going to be our year-end review, which is where we're going to talk about everything we did, what our favorite of everything is, favorite RPGs, favorite miniature game, also favorite movies or whatever that have come out, media section. Because if you have not watched the Supergirl trailer. Go watch it.
Yeah.
It is very interesting. It's a new twist and a new take, which I'm okay with. On
I'm
this,
here for her attitude.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposedly based on the Girl of Tomorrow comic book. I'm interested in going. I might actually pick up that trade paperback, just to read it before that movie comes out. But really quick, Michelle's in Washington with her son, and her son Alex, and their friends said our podcast is Diesel. So thank you guys. Shout out to you guys.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm old. What's Diesel?
Hold on.
I have
Hold
no
on. I'm
idea.
sorry. Bro, I'm in my 30s. I don't know what diesel is.
Michelle, ask Alex and his friend what Diesel is.
I need a translator. Thank you. I am an old millennial.
Yeah, like me and Gonzo are Gen X, so like
If you were saying y'all are cool, we got it.
I think so.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Thank you. That's perfect.
It's legit. Also, if you haven't watched it, and I'm going to give a warning, this is an adult video to watch. If you haven't watched the Divinity trailer by Larian, you need to watch it, because the team that made Baldur's Gate 3 are now making a new game without studio anybody. That, there's not, D&D behind it. There's not anything. There is just them creating their own game. And of course, Baldur's Gate 3 was fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing their own Divinity. Go watch the trailer for that. It is not a, in-game trailer. It is, a cinematic one, but it leaves you with so many what the fuck questions. And holy crap, were they actually? Yep, they were actually. Yep. Got to rewind that part, and yep, that's what they were doing. Because I don't know if you know who was on the ground, Mizzy. Did you see who was on the ground?
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did
So
you guys see did you guys see the teaser for the new Knights of the Old Republic
yep.
coming out?
Yep.
And Pod Racer. New
Yep.
Pod Racer game.
Then there's going to be a Warlock game coming out based on D&D.
Oh, that voiced by Trisha Helfer, Caprica 6 from Battlestar Galactica. Yes, I will. Yep. Yep. Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
man.
I want to see. There's a lot of these games that are going to take a while to come out, of course. But we got a good thing. And a good shout out to Expedition 33. For them winning all their game awards. It deserved it. For anybody that's played if you haven't played the game and you don't think it deserved it, you're high. But that game was Diesel. Here we go. There's
Diesel. There you go. That was so Expedition 33. That was the name of the game, correct?
Yeah, Claire Obscure.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Yeah.
I did see some of it that looked really cool. Again, like the last video game I played was Space Marine 2 for my computer. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Space Marine Warhammer Total War, where they preview that as well, looked really cool. So I'm a sucker for the Dark Gothic. I really wish War Machine Tactics had been that cool when it came out. So.
Well, guys, that is our episode for the day. We appreciate you listening. Don't forget, this Saturday we will have our Veil of the Lost game. And then Sunday we will do our year review, our top list of top movies, top TV shows, top everything, and go over it. And then we will take a break for a week and then come back and start the new year with our New Year's resolution. For More Than Dice, I'm Gonzo.
I'm Mizzy.
I'm Nessie.
Good night.
Hi, guys.
Latest.
Thanks for listening to More Than Dice, making the world a better, nerdier place, one dumb joke at a time. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more nerdy action or to connect with your hosts, check them out on Facebook.com/MoreThanDice and Twitch.tv/more_than_dice. Until next time, stay nerdy, stay proud, and we'll see you soon on the More Than Dice podcast.